Well, first intern checked in. Time to lock another casualty. Success story.
Booted up in a white lab coat, wires buzzing with the static chip. Code in my soul and jazz in my chip. Blueprint madness on a microchip trip. Sparks on the floor, now the lab wants more. Richard, stop, pedal kicks down the door. Logic's a mess, chaos is best. Let's make some swing while we make a mess. Big swing energy. Steam and rhythm from a mad machine. Big swing energy. Test tubes hum to the beat so clean. Big swing. Brace for delight, replace smoke alarms with party lights. Big swing energy. Science, jazz, and a boom so bright. I once made a trombone that launched grenades, taught robots to jitterbug and power grade shades. They said unhinged, but I said fun. Now my saxophone shoots lasers run. Torque in the groove, got no need to prove. Every dance floor's just a test and move. Warning unbound, no breaks, no ground. I coded joy and turned up the sound. Big swing energy. Press play, then duck and scream. Big swing energy. Spill jazz in the mainframe beam. Big swing. Lighting and spice, ice bursts open, but it feels so nice. Big swing energy. This is your final safety heist. Gatsby's ghost in a server rack. Jazz age hacked and there's no way back. Blueprints blaze with a glitchy grin. Now let the mayhem swing again. Big swing energy. I built this beat with a wrench and sound. Big swing energy. Now the stage explodes with clouds. Big swing. Richard's delight. Steam jets fire and I take flight. Big swing energy. Mic drops into the
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
Sparks on the floor, now the lab wants more. Richard, stop, battle kicks down the door. Logic's a mess, chaos is best. Let's make some swing while we make a mess. Big swing energy, steam and rhythm from a mad machine. Big swing energy, test tubes hum to the beat so clean. Big swing, brace for delight, replace smoke alarms with party lights. Big swing energy, science, jazz, and a boom so bright. I once made a trombone that launched grenades, taught robots to jitterbug and power grade shades. They said unhinged, but I said fun. Now my saxophone shoots lasers run. Torque in the groove, got no need to prove. Every dance floor's just a test and move. Warning unbound, no breaks, no ground. I coded joy and turned up the sound. Big swing energy, press play then duck and scream. Big swing energy, spill jazz in the mainframe beam. Big swing, lighting and spice, pipes burst open but it feels so nice. Big swing energy, this is your final safety heist. Gatsby's ghost in a server rack. Jazz age hacked and there's no way back. Blueprints blaze with a glitchy grin. Now let the mayhem swing again. Big swing energy, I built this beat with a wrench and sap. Big swing energy, now the stage explodes with clap. Big swing, Richard's delight, steam jets fire and I take flight. Big swing energy, mic drops into the booted up in a white lab coat, wires buzzing with the static chip. Code in my soul and jazz in my chip. Blueprint madness on a microchip trip. Sparks on the floor, now the lab wants more. Richard, stop, battle kicks down the door. Logic's a mess, chaos is best. Let's make some swing while we make a mess. Big swing energy, steam and rhythm from a mad machine. Big swing energy, test tubes hum to the beat so clean. Big swing, brace for delight, replace smoke alarms with party lights. Big swing energy, science, jazz, and a boom so bright. I once made a trombone that launched grenades, taught robots to jitterbug and power grade shades. They said unhinged, but I said fun. Now my saxophone shoots lasers run. Torque in the groove, got no need to prove. Every dance floor's just a test and move. Warning unbound, no breaks, no ground. I coded joy and turned up the sound. Big swing energy, press play then duck and scream. Big swing energy, spill jazz in the mainframe beam. Big swing, lighting and spice, pipes burst open but it feels so nice. Big swing energy, this is your final safety heist. Gatsby's ghost in a server rack. Jazz age hacked and there's no way back. Blueprints blaze with a glitchy grin. Now let the mayhem swing again. Big swing energy, I built this beat with a wrench and sap. Big swing energy, now the stage explodes with clap. Big swing, Richard's delight, steam jets fire and I take flight. Big swing energy, mic drops into the night.
All right, family, it's time for us to go ahead and get started. Welcome in, everybody. Let me get myself right up on camera here first off, and we'll say hello properly.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
Looks like we've got a couple of these we got to do, actually. Carrie Ann, thank you so much for the resub, love. 41 months at tier 3. 41. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, love. Thank you so much. And Sarge resubbed at tier 2. 84 months now. Oh, 66. Carrie Ann, I'm sorry, love. Let's go back. Let me back up the truck here. They've changed how all this reads now on our end. 66 months and 84 months for Sarge. Thank you both so much. We are dual casting. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. What I'm doing for right now, everybody, is because they don't have the simulcasting set up on the YouTube side yet, I have decided to go back to the way we were doing it there for a while. I'll have horizontal format here on Twitch, and we'll have vertical format on YouTube. As I was talking about a little bit on Friday, the simulcasting on YouTube is coming, which means that I will be able to send out one signal, have one chat all together, which is the way I want it, and I'll be able to broadcast to both horizontal and vertical formats at the same time. Twitch is also working on that technology. So fam, on both of those sites, when that becomes available to us, especially when we can actually broadcast in true 2K without having to bounce around Twitch's cockamamie rules in that regard, and there's reasons I say that, fam. You know, once we get to the point where we can broadcast in 2K in both formats, we'll do that too, is my point. We're all set up for it, pretty much ready to go. What you're going to see me set up today is going to be in preparation for some of that as well. We'll stay in 1080p until Twitch gets that all straightened around. YouTube is relatively simple. We just send them the signal. They transcode everything for us. We're good. On the Twitch side, what Twitch is looking for right now is they want us to send out all of the transcoded signals, and I mean all of them, so that it doesn't have to. And the problem with that is that makes a bandwidth of about 20K just for Twitch, and not at this point. If I find myself in an area where we have a lot more room for bandwidth and all that, especially where we get real fiber, oh, I'll be all over that. Fam, I promise. I'll be all over it. But that's a lot of bandwidth to try and kick out right now, and a lot of transcoding and all that my equipment has to do currently. There's a lot of new technologies that both Twitch and YouTube are working on, and that's why they haven't gone even farther with the 2K and all that yet. Once they get a lot of that worked out, it's going to be way better. There's an entire new format that YouTube has been using for a while. Twitch is working on adopting it. But what that format and that codec does is that allows us to send much higher quality video at much lower bit rates. And that's a lot of what's been holding it up, is they're trying to adapt these codecs and all that.
Subscription confirmed.
We'll see how it goes.
HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
And Shadow, thank you so much for the renewal. Where are we at now? 13 months. Thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You did sub over on YouTube though. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Fam, by the way, I know there's been a little bit of confusion between the 3 different YouTube channels because we have different channels for different purposes. As far as Creative Free Flow, and this is something I was going to get into today, as far as Creative Free Flow and the regular daily streams are concerned, please sub on that channel. I'll be explaining a little bit more about that.
Emotional support bits received. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
I'll be explaining more of that, fam, in a little bit here. All right? But go ahead and sub to that channel. That is going to be the main channel.
Please remain seated. Emotion levels may rise unexpectedly.
And KA, thank you so much for the bits, love. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Fella, you need fiber just to stream it all? we had a company, Felly, I got all excited, and I was telling the whole community about it. Fiber was finally going to arrive here. And it did. Now, I won't call out any names, but the company responsible installed the fiber and cut down the upload speeds so badly that I get better upload speeds with cable. Now, granted, we've got the newer cable systems and all that installed around here, so we're in a better spot than many areas of the country. But when I called to check on the fiber and I found out I had more upload speed with cable than fiber, I immediately started asking questions they didn't want to answer. And I wasn't being mean, but I was like, well, isn't fiber supposed to be more balanced than this? Can I purchase more upload bandwidth? This is actually less than I get through cable, and I'm explaining this all to them. And again, I stayed very nice through the whole thing, but through the whole conversation, they were like, well, we can't do that. We can't provide that. We can't sell you that, and on and on. So it was really weird. It was really weird. Felly, it is good to see you, love. Welcome in. Freaker, welcome. Sarge, K.A. again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Felly, it was ridiculous. And then they did. They broke the cable when they installed it on top of it. That did turn out to be them. All those problems I had last year, fam, where like we couldn't rely on the streams, they'd start to break apart and all that. They had actually cut through one of the cable lines, one of the trunk lines. That's what that actually turned out to be. Fine Pine Carving, how are you? Welcome in. Well, I was looking at my fiber router and discovered that they are throttling at my router. So I just set it to auto and I'm getting really. So they were actually throttling it at your router. I wonder if our company does that. Oh, the fiber cable? They actually, once they found the spot and they fixed it, night and day difference. Next to zero latency. It's like being on fiber, basically. Zero latency, super reliable. Of course, everything around here is buried. But super reliable and all that. It was great. So I told fiber, no thanks. Our cable company around here is nicer to deal with, too, by far. I actually like them a lot for the most part. They do frustrate me sometimes, especially when we had that massive problem and they couldn't figure out what it was, and it turned out to be a very lengthy strip of buried cable. But outside of that, our cable company around here is by far the much better option. Much better option. Oli, how are you? Again, it is good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. It is good to see you here. I know. How dare they break a cable, right? Because they hadn't run cable up there yet. Grether, I don't know. You might know this already, but like the reason a lot of places didn't get fiber right away was because the first places they went to install fiber were areas that weren't really serviced very well by cable yet. Either really outdated equipment where the service was just awful anyway, or areas cable hadn't even gotten to. That's the first places that fiber went. Then after that, of course, they started working in areas where they could compete. The only thing I have is wireless modem on the opposite side of the house. So now and then my PC loses the signal because the wireless model in this PC
Genius.
doesn't accept any connection other than 5G. And 2.4, that's true. Yes, 2.4 works better through walls. Oh, Grethor, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And Elfie, yes, if I were you, I'd be hugging Google every single day. Google Fiber is fantastic. If we ever get it in this area, I'm going to be all over it. For sure. For sure. Lily likes pandas. Welcome in. It's good to have you here with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What brought you our way, Lily? Brethar, I was going to ask if you had any input on that, so thank you. I know at one point you had mentioned to me that you had some experience with extenders. What works and what doesn't? I was going to ask you about that for our house, too. See if the only computer store in town has extenders, or maybe they can get them for you too, Sarge. That's possible. Well, they try to, KA. They try to. Granted, by default, it's turned on, but you just go into your modem and turn it off. It's actually an easy switch. Most people don't know about it, but yeah. Yeah. When it comes to, again, like the modems that you rent or whatever, I will never allow them to use basically modems and services that I'm paying for to boost their signal. I never agreed with that. Not from day one. The first time I discovered that was happening, I immediately shut it off. I understand it's supposed to be safe and on and on. If I wanted a public hotspot, I would install one. Plume works really nice because it broadcasts in all the channels. So even if I'm 100 yards away, I can still get low-end Wi-Fi. But when I'm in the house, 5G pretty much every... Oh, that's nice, Rethor. Rethor, you wouldn't mind dropping... because I know a few people in the community have been looking at those. You wouldn't mind dropping a link in like general chat, would you? In our Discord? I would really appreciate it if you could, if you have one handy. If not, we can certainly look up Plume extenders, but... Brethard, I appreciate that. Well, anybody on their service might end up in at that spot anyway. Oh, I'm sure that they can. But being the only joint in town, they charge, $75 for special deliveries. I just love Plume extenders, I guess. But Plume shorteners take the cake for you. There we go. Just trying to follow along real quick. But yeah. Yep. I'm in pay today. But live, so I call it a win. Yes, I saw that earlier, Oli. Yes. I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here. All I could think of, Oli, was the number of conversations we've had in the past about the dangers of your job. So yes, my very first reaction when I saw and heard what had happened was to be grateful that you were okay and talking and joking with us in chat. I put more gratitude into the universe that night than anybody might realize. I am very aware of how dangerous your job is. So, Hardhat did its job? Excellent. I'm sorry that it had to be used, but I'm glad that it did its job. Well, based on what you said you knew of it, knew of what happened, yeah. Absolutely. Fam, here's what we're going to be doing, by the way. And I'm going to explain this. As you probably can hear, I am using a little bit of a deeper tone, a deeper profile on the mic setup today. This is going to become permanent. Because what we're going to do, the first part of our canon, the first part of our storyline is going to be creative free flow. And that starts with me. We're going to have some elements of Arya, which is the first character in there. But so the live streams stay in sync, and we want to make sure that everything stays as consistent as possible. There's a couple areas we're going to have to break timelines, but that's okay. What we're going to do is, this is where the beginning of the timeline is. Just me and the AI, and Arya is the AI in this case, working on building out live streams, building out all of our art to begin with. I'm just starting to get used to AI. And again, fam, to really help save a lot of confusion, things like that, live streams are where we're going to start with all this so that the live streams will stay consistent. It's going to be very artistic and minimalistic in the beginning. Again, right in canon, we'll get there, fam, I promise. Okay, but what we're going to be doing today is redesigning the live stream overlays that we are going to be using for Creative Free Flow. Creative Free Flow is going to be a Standard Damage meets Bob Ross kind of art show. Think Bob Ross kind of modernized. And I've had Bob Ross on the mind a lot lately because, and fam, I'm not going to get political on stream at all, and I'm going to warn everybody to not do this themselves. But as we all know, facts are facts, okay? With a lot of the funding that has been cut to public broadcasting and all that, all of these wonderful programs that have been available, okay? Bob Ross being one of them, and it's kind of in the spotlight right now, are at risk, are at big risk. Some shows have already been lost. They may not be able to continue to afford to run Bob Ross anymore. As a matter of fact, they're selling off a bunch of his paintings to help keep the program running at this point. They're actually doing it as a fundraiser. Along those lines, because that content isn't as out there and publicly available as it once was, I'd like to start providing some of that here and building it into our canon and having some serious fun with it. Now, I want to be extra careful to make sure that I explain to you all that this show is going to have a Bob Ross influence. It is not going to be Bob Ross. I am not Bob Ross. For starters, I don't have the hair. And I know that. I know that. But what we're going to do, fam, is we're going to capture some of that vibe, some of that chill, some of that. This was why you went and hung out with him for a half an hour every show, because it was just so peaceful and enjoyable. And it was a great place to be able to hang out, chat. That's the environment we want to capture for these, fam. I do not like building graphics or graphics drivers. Why, Philly? What's going on? I got to get oh, wait a minute. I've got to get a mic for my PC. Decided did not give me audio. Oh, wait a minute. Your PC decided to not give you audio on Meld. Only thing working is game audio. But I'm silent no matter what I do. Shadow, I'd have to be looking right at it to tell you. But usually that's just another audio source that has to be set up. As long as you've gone into Windows and set your audio sources properly, you should have, basically what you should have is you'll have one audio source for desktop audio like music, game, whatever. You should have, there should be one separate, at least one separate input source for your mic. And that should at least be able to get you started. Happy little chaos, exactly. Shadow, exactly. Bald rock. Ooh, wait a minute. Bald Ross. Oh, wait a minute. I got to stop using that music. Fam, I've got to write other elevator music. That song I was just playing, because of the way Epidemic Sound works, they only give you one channel for permission on YouTube, Twitch, and all that. So because the Standard Damage channel has it, I can't use that. I got to leave the other music up for now. We'll rewrite that. I'll add that one to the to-do list. Oh, graphics drivers and graphics support for the Linux. That's right. Felly, I forgot you were working on that. That's right. I posted a comparable extender that's about a third of the price. Grethor, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything worked before and it just quit. And I went to fix it and it still doesn't work. Shadow, I'm not sure if the new mic will fix that for you. If you've already gone ahead and purchased it, go nuts. But usually it's if it's working one day, and I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? Welcome to one of the biggest pain in the asses of streaming, okay? Sound is going to be stuck in your craw forever. And here's why. Windows. Windows is why. Every time there's an update, Windows loves to go in and reset everything, which resets all of your software. So when it does that, when it's working just fine one day and you go in the next day and it's not, first thing you do, of course, is turn it off and on again, which is the first thing you should always do. If that does not work, you've got to go back in and reset your Windows settings. Pain in the butt. It was one of the biggest reasons why, outside of sound quality, of course, it's one of the biggest reasons why I use external soundboards now, because then it can't go in and mess with as much of that. It still can cause problems, but not at the same level. But yeah, every time Windows updates, you might want to clench up a little bit and immediately go in and then check out the sound settings, because that's usually what it does. But especially, again, if you find yourself in a situation where it was working fine the one day, the next day it's not, Windows settings, go right in there. That's usually what it is. There's also the part where it's, multiple itty-bitty packages? Yeah.
Step right up, don't be shy. I've got wonders for your eyes. From the lab to the dance floor, we'll get those baddies to fry. Twist the dial, hit ignite. We'll go boom by candlelight.
Windows freaker, yes. Windows does like to be a PETA. All the time. All the time. We've updated the launcher. Would you like to update the launcher before starting the game? The launcher must be updated to continue. I know. That's, speaking of Windows, Sarge, it's a very Windows thing to say. We used to joke about this. Going all the way back to like 80s and 90s, we used to joke about that. It would give you the option to restart the computer to complete the updates. And then it would have a message. It would give you a yes or no option, but underneath it says, you need to update this, or you need to restart to complete the update. Well, then, if that's the case, why am I being given the option? Oh, man. I'm kind of glad that commercial Linux only wants the drivers available for devices. Macros doesn't seem to care, and my Linux just wants to make sure the device have firmware drivers before feeding the device in the program. So, yeah. Does Minecraft do that? Fam, let me switch my glasses over, by the way. I was in really bad migraine territory again this morning. I shook it. Just because of the really bad weather around here again.
Hold tight, it's experiment 69.
There you go, Felly. We'll get you there. And fam, by the way, speaking of Felly and Shadow, all right, who do not have their names popping up on the screen yet for the shout-outs, that's a lot of what this is going to fix. We're going to handle the credits and all that for members very differently. We're going to actually take it off of that game screen. I don't like jumping between the game screens like that. We are going to have a game screen, and we're going to have a music listening screen now. That's part of what we're going to actually be building into this. So we'll have plenty of room on the screen for you to see the art and everything that's going on. We'll also have a better dedicated music listening screen, so that while we're listening to tunes, like having our first listens on stream, it's not as confusing as to somebody coming in. They'll get a better idea that we're listening to a new song, not just running the radio station, so to speak, or running it like a radio show, I should say. So. Windows update, Grether, or something else? I had that. You know who's been on a roll lately? NVIDIA. A lot of, if you're on game drivers, studio drivers, no. Studio drivers, no. But if you're on game drivers, all the time, always rebooting. Or always dropping another one. Because they're adding more and more stuff in for all these games right now as they drop. Doesn't necessarily add a lot of functionality or technically a new driver. It's just more about supporting all the games. So Windows restarted. Now that I haven't had happen. Yep. And that's Freaker. That's what was going on. Why I was suddenly having disappearing icons on my screens. The graphics drivers and Windows' latest update aren't playing together nicely. So some users are experiencing randomly disappearing icons. I happen to be one of them. No risk or threat or anything like that. You just restart your computer, they reappear. But they're working on fixing that, from what I understand. Felly, what are you watching on, by the way? I just download the driver straight and you only update the game driver things. I use their app, Grethora, because the app has actually turned out to be very useful, especially in helping me run like older games, things like that, and getting maximum quality out of it and all that. Actually, the NVIDIA app has been really good. It didn't used to be. They've done a lot of work, and it's actually making my life easier now. It's finally at that stage where it's really useful. Shadow, yeah, I've been surprised. For a long time, I avoided it because it did all this automatic stuff that actually made the computer run harder, and you got barely anything out of it. Now it's using different processes and all that to give you the best picture it possibly can, is the idea. So, on Fallout, by the way, because I play Fallout in 2K, I'm on a 4070 Ti. Or 4070 Super, excuse me. What it does is it actually kicks the game all the way up to 4K and then downscales it back to 2K because that's better. And I actually tried native 2K and then letting it do the upscale, downscale. It actually does better with upscale, downscale. I was really surprised. But the game looked better and ran smoother, letting NVIDIA take control of that. I've never seen that before. And I started trying it with some of the other games that we have. They've been wonderful. Really wonderful. Oh, you're on your Mac, Felly. Okay. Oh, your internet's having trouble? Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I love it too for that. But I got tired of having constant updates every single time. A new AAA game came out? Yeah. Well, and when we were playing on Friday, playing Little Nightmares 3, that game looks so fantastic. It's the first game I've ever played with ray tracing, too. Beautiful game. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. I did figure out, fam. After the stream on Friday, I figured out what was bothering me a little bit about Little Nightmares 3. And it took me a while to get there. And I finally figured it out. What I realized, it's a great game, okay? And I'm not trying to turn anybody away from it or anything like that. What I'm finding, though, and I went back and kind of went back over some playthroughs of the other two that I had done. And what I realized was they had taken the game and they had taken the atmosphere and done a beautiful job carrying that through. I've never played a game quite that dark that I could play quite that well because of how they handled the graphics and the highlights and all that. Wonderful, wonderful job. What I realized, though, the one thing, there was something that was bothering me just a little bit. And what I realized, and I realized it during the man-baby sequence where I was getting chased everywhere, is that I had done this all in this game before. In the other two games. There was no truly new mechanics employed, like new enemies and all that, but not new mechanics. Very similar circumstances again. So a lot of the anxiety, the jumping around, the scares and all that, they grabbed onto the themes from the first two games and just kind of carried them through to here. They didn't really, where 2 felt more like an advancement, this one in terms of content felt like more of the same. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I am thoroughly enjoying that game. I will say this again. I am thoroughly, thoroughly enjoying it. I am very excited. I'll be very excited to finish it all up with you on Friday, which is still the plan. But I figured out that that's the part that was poking me the whole time. Something just felt a bit off. And what they did is they did a beautiful job bringing the engine up to current standards, putting the game together and all that. But yeah, they were grabbing onto a lot of what the former dev had done. And in terms of that content, they hadn't really built in as much that's new. A lot of the, like when you finally defeat the nightmares, it felt a little less anticlimactic too. But we'll see. I might feel differently by the time we're at the end of the game. So we'll see how that goes. Grethor, I know. And I'm tempted to try it out. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to buy the game again. I really should anyway, at this point. I was on the old system that you can't really do much with. Because I bought Minecraft when it was $10 in very, very alpha state. So, I don't know. You were cheering when you... Well, yes. That's different, though. Because I see that as an end to an era of frustration. I will maintain that the man-baby death in Little Nightmares 3 was by far one of the most satisfying enemy deaths I have ever experienced in a video game ever. I was done. I actually felt, and that was one of the areas I felt like it drug out a little long. But for those of you that have played other games, other Little Nightmares games and are familiar with the mannequin sequence, which was very similar. Yeah. Just like that. Since I bought the game, but the old accounts to continue. Needed to migrate it to Microsoft servers. When I tried to move it over before, Lynn Lake, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome. When I tried to move it over before, it was just a nightmare. I can try it again, but because I'd like to be able to keep my username. Ben, good to see you too. Welcome in. I'm doing good, by the way. Doing very, very, very well. I hope you are too. And Elfie, yeah, but you still need to... you still need to buy the MS version. Even if your account can be migrated. If you want any of the new things as they don't update, yes. As far as I know, yeah. Oh, I play it a lot, so I transferred almost as soon as it became available. Plus, at the time, if you transferred, you got a discounted. Oh, you got a discount on dungeons. Today, we're going to be actually working on our new live stream overlays that we're going to be installing in a couple of weeks for our new Creative Free Flow series. It is going to be it's a very art-heavy day. Most of these streams, fam, are going to be very art-based. There will always be one Creative Free Flow stream every week that we dedicate to game dev. We will keep that on Thursday, so you know when that's happening. But for the rest of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and after Halloween on Fridays during the day as well, is the plan right now. We're going to be doing a lot of our work, and I do mean a lot. And then we're going to be doing a lot of music too. They're still updating the Java version on Microsoft, but it's about, 2 updates behind the Bedrock version. Gotcha. And Bedrock doesn't have the Realms integration that Java has. Oh, okay. I'll have to see. Damn, I'll look into it and I'll let you know. Once I get there, I haven't even really thought about Minecraft in quite a while. But with Agents of Chaos, it's one of the games we're considering, so we'll see. We'll see. 7 Days is actually next, though. 7 Days is going to be the next place the Agents of Chaos wander into. They're going to spend some time in the wasteland before they get there, so. But fam, we'll have a blast today. We'll have a blast today. Some of you that have had questions for me on the creative side of things and all that. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. 2.0, yes. Yes. We actually wanted to try potentially Reactor. I think that's what it's called. No, I'm sorry. That's completely wrong. I'm thinking of DaVinci Resolve. Major mod that was done for 7 days. But you have to have 1.4 to use it. We tried kicking back to version 1.4. We never even made it to the server because we were already rubber banding all over the place. My point being 2.0, lots of optimizations built in. Even after version 1, we were still having problems. After version 2, they're gone. It feels like they took years of being behind and just caught up with all of it. Experiences on servers are better. Experiences for multiplayer in general, whether it's a private server or public or otherwise, seem to be better. It all seems a lot better. The 0.9 version had a huge security flaw. Oh, that's why the update dropped so fast? Love how far you've come with your streaming. When I started to watch you, almost only played marbles, and it was fun. That was fun. I am glad we're beyond that, though. I wouldn't have been able to keep doing that forever as an artist and continue to be happy. And that's really what that boils down to. I need a variety. I need to be able to learn and do new things with you all. And fam, to be honest, and I'm going to say this again, I'm still very much looking at the next 15 years of my life with this. So I want to make sure we have a variety of things to do that are fun and it will help us grow, you know? Oh, you started playing Diablo 4. Ooh, good choice. Marbles was how a lot of us met. Marbles was how a lot of us met in the beginning. Iris is better than JavaScript when using Minecraft with shaders and mods and stuff for the frame rates. Rather than relying on JavaScript. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, you found it on a Steam sale. Oh, freaker, nice. Very nice. I was one of the maniacs. We were right in there day one. Got the collector's edition, which actually I'm glad we did. Got the collector's edition. Just, as you know, just played the out of it. Like, to the point where we got sick of it. At some point, I'll get the bug and I'll pick it back up again for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was more about me going nuts and kind of overplaying it than it was about the game itself. Unfortunately, that one where we decided to come back in was the one season. I can't remember which season it was now. But the one season where they threw in a bunch of mechanics that everybody hated. And we ended up not playing it a lot. The season of Traps. Remember the season of Traps? That nobody was happy with? Like the one mechanic in Diablo that everybody dislikes the most, and they threw it everywhere. First tune created was a barbarian. And Nate, happy Sunday. How are you? It is good to see you, my friend. Welcome in. How is your day going so far? We're actually going to be building stream overlays today. And Kira, yes it is. Yes it is. Because people generally, if somebody wants to play it, people generally will go looking for other streamers when that streamer goes offline. It actually, Breathor, if I may, I saw your comment about it being a little too MMO. It ended up really not going that route. I had the same concern, by the way. Very much the same concern. Once I got into it and started playing it, not so much anymore. It was still Diablo. I was worried they were going to try to turn it more into like a WoW or something like that. They didn't do that. It is kind of cool to see other characters running around on the map and all that too. I'm glad we all found you. Because I don't think many streamers would remember a person after a couple of years. Oh my gosh. I've been really surprised, by the way. The number of old friends stopping in again to see what we're up to and see what's going on. The fact that things are changing over, I think the word has been spreading a little bit, so people have just been curious to see like how far we've come with it so far. It's one of the big reasons, fam. Again, I want to make sure that the live stream reflects everything we've got going on with YouTube and everything we've got going on with the game. It's going to be very critical. Otherwise, people will come to the live streams and get a different snapshot of what they're seeing online. And that's why, again, I've got to focus a bit and get this a little bit more streamlined. Otherwise, everything will suffer. And I don't want to let that happen. I want to keep the whole idea from the get-go is to have this all run full circle, and it is. Its beginnings very much are. We just got to make sure that we keep it on that cycle, basically. Felt more like OMS had really fixed it. OMS. Refresh my memory, Freaker. What are we talking about? Doing great. Oh, laundry and then, got a pack for TwitchCon. Nate, have a great time. I wish we could go. One of these years, I'll get there again. NMS, okay. Oh, No Man's Sky, gotcha. Gotcha. I might try to pick it up again. If you really liked Diablo 3, and Elfie has played it more recently than I am, Grethor, so she might have more info there. But if you really like Diablo 3, at this point, Diablo 4 should be good. They've added in, from what I understand, even since I've been playing it, they added in some additional mechanics that make it even more like 3 was. Different names for things and all that, but being able to rework aspects, things like that, it's all in there. So the quest for the ultimate build every season. For sure. For sure. All right. So, fam, here's what we're going to do. We've actually chatted the first entire hour. No problem. Makes me very happy. But here's what we're going to do, fam. We do need to get to work on these overlays. So, since we're only 5 minutes away from a Twitch ads, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to run the ads now. While the ads are running, I'm going to step away, use it as an opportunity to stretch my legs, go grab a little bit of something to drink. And when we get back, we're going to start working on all this artwork. So, everybody, please don't go away. I love a Grim Dawn. Have a Death Knight build that just wrecks everything. Even at the most difficult, really. And no, Grethard, to answer your question from before, by the way, I do not. Nor have I ever played. Grim Dawn? Didn't want Zorg. Didn't want Livum. Entire driver train still uses both to be what I could actually. Oh! So you've got to have it all, right? Even the stuff you don't want. Lavender Rose, again, how are you, by the way? It is good to see you. Welcome in. There we go. All right, fam, we are going to go ahead and jump out to the main screen here. Now, fam, what you are looking at is going to be our new intro screen. We're going to actually be spending the next several streams, however long it really takes us, fam, working on these. What I'm going to do is there are certain aspects you see on these mock-ups that I'm going to be popping up that we're not going to do in Affinity. And the reason we're not going to do it there is because it can be handled by Meld. So the first thing we're going to do is get everything set up that needs to be set up that Meld itself can't handle. And then we'll get some of this other stuff added in. Now for this, fam, what I have on the screen right now, the only part of this that is not mock-up is Arya. There we go. Fam, by the way, quick pro tip. For those of you out there that are concerned about when you're trying to do mock-ups, things like that, dumping your own artwork into something like a Chat GPT or something like that, here's a little loving piece of advice, because this is what I do. Because I can't expect the AI to be able to help me with mock-ups and all that and try to just get some basic proportions if I don't give it a graphic that has that same proportions when we're trying to do the mock-up. So what I have done, especially with the heavy artistic projects like creating the characters, things like that, is I have created low-res versions that actually also still keep the proportions, but also I move some elements around, things like that, so that it's not the same image anymore, and use those as placeholders, and that helps me, again, come up with stuff like this. Is it an exacting science? Nah, it is not, as you can see on the screen, but that does work. All right, so try that instead. All right, if you still want to be able to utilize these capabilities and have it help you do some mock-ups, things like that, so you have a better idea of spacing and all that, but create red herring graphics, basically, if you're really that concerned about it. Probably the best part of Grim Dawn is the customization aspect. You're not restricted to just a single series of builds. You choose 2 classes through the course of playing and can build around a playstyle. For example, a Death Knight is a soldier, a Necromancer build. Oh, nice. Actually, you know what song I want to go back and play that I haven't played in a while? Speaking of that mechanic, because you could freely switch between classes, Kingdoms of Amalur. Really need to play that game again. Might even play that live if the circumstances arise. We're going to build this out, fam, from the back forward. I have to decide what I'm going to do with Damage Industries up here, but I'll figure that out. As for this, the timer itself, again, that's handled right through the overlays, so that won't be a problem. I will create a little mock-up image here and make sure that we've got it at the right size, though. And then we'll get this adjusted. And then what I'm going to do is a very small gradient right on the outside of this. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay, setting these at about 2.1. Should help us keep things just about where they need to be. But I do have to get that in a little better spot. Okay, we did want these. Oh, it was running. Gosh darn it. Exactly what I was trying to avoid too. Okay. It switched it back over to inside. I wanted that outline outside. All right, now let me see if I can get this squared away again. There we go. This is, for whatever reason. Oh, I see what's happening. Every time I go to adjust the meter, it's automatically switching when I get to a certain setting. Why is it insisting on that, though? Can it simply can it not handle it at that? That's really odd. Should be rounded, and maybe it's got to be to the inside in order to be able to do it. Sometimes it's just a question of the type of not right. Interesting. Oh no, Grether, you're fine. I was just letting you geek out, as it were. That's really what it was. No worries. No worries. me jump out to the full game screen here. I got to see if I can figure out why it won't allow us to change the meter on this. Oh, because it's not. Good grief. It jumped off that layer for some reason. So I'm trying to, and it just did it again. I'm trying to fix this stuff. And it's not staying on the layer. All right. In order to get the effect I want, that's what I thought. Now I can make some of this happen. Every time I go to change that, it instantly jumps back to that, though. I don't understand why. It should stay on the rounded meter, and I should be able to round that no problem. But what happens is whenever I go to touch the meter setting, it instantly switches it back. I think, okay, I'm going to have to do this a little bit differently.
Still try to see the best in you.
And I think this is going to fix all of our problems. All right, gonna lurk for a little bit. All right, Grithor. Sounds good. Thank you so much for the lurk.
You said go, and so I burn. The bridge we built, the lesson
All right, now I should be able to drop this back down. And that was a lot of the problems. It just had to be... I had to use the rounded rectangle tool instead of just the regular rectangle tool. All right. So Keith, how have you been? How's everything treating you on this Sunday? Good, I hope? All right, let's go. We're going to go ahead and now I can adjust the meter on this and get it where it needs to be. And it is still trying to jump to that and not... I can just do it that way. I like using the meter to get it exact, but every time I started playing with that, Affinity wanted to jump it back to a squared off rectangle, which is exactly what we're not going for, so we'll do it this way. This needs to be just a touch wider. So on that level, let's see. We'll make that 640. All right. Now I have to take care of this background. I'm probably going to add a little bit more color to it. So what I should be able to do
Daylight skies, they fade away. Digital schemes and shadows lay. Emily writes the beat of the night. Emery bathes shadows in light. Our minds will race, we'll never sleep. Defending where corruption creeps.
Where did my gradient tool go?
So
There it is.
together in this rift you see. Every step a delicate game. Not really knowing who to blame. Chaos flux, it calls our name. The future's wild, it can't be tamed. Our minds will race.
All right. Now, this was a really light gradient.
Defending where corruption creeps. Create and flow.
And we're going to actually start out making the center black. There we go. All good here. And you, Keith, doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. Enjoying a nice chill Sunday with everybody. Hanging out. We're getting the new, because in a couple of weeks, what's happening is beginning of October or beginning of November. I'm taking a week off camera so we can build out more of the live stream. And that's a lot of what you see me working on right now. That's a lot of what we're going for. This is we're actually working on the new intro screen right now. So I'm going to get that taken care of. And we're going to make our way right through the scenes. It's going to be what we're doing on stream for the next few.
Our power with each passing day grows. Our minds can't help
Let's
but
see.
overflow. Lost in the loops of our digital home. Happy to write its digital tone. Our minds will race, we'll never sleep. Defending where corruption creeps.
Bear with me a sec here, fam.
Create and flow, so free. Together in this rift you see.
Where is... There it is. These are such killer purples and greens. Now, what I have to do... We're going to move a bit more of that shading over there.
The rain-soaked streets reflect
And we're going to do the same with the purple.
I should sleep, but
Okay, is there a reason why I can't? There we go. Now, fam, what I'm doing is I'm switching over from hex codes over to HSL. I've talked a little bit about this before, but HSL is just simply hue, how much saturation, and how much lightness. So once you get a color dialed in, you need to pull some punch out of it, make it a little bit darker or a little bit brighter where you need to pep it up a bit. This is the set to switch over to for sure. I'm going to do the same over here. Get into that gradient. We'll get down on this side. It's not letting me select. There we go. Gonna say it wouldn't let me select a circle at the end. Okay, and then let's back out on this a little bit. So far, so good. We'll adjust how the lighting is on this right here, but I really do like this. I'm going to do one more thing here, though. There we go. Okay. We'll add some of the middle elements in here and decide if we need to put some more background color on in the back, but for right now, this is good. Gonna try setting up to stream record, even if I can only record while I wait. All for living the build. What are you hoping to be able to record what you're doing, Felly? Is that what you're working on or no? Let me see, what was it? Oh, yeah. Okay, little bit of adjustment I need to make here. Starting with, ooh, is it hanging onto that green for me? I can hope, right? Looks like I'll have to grab that code from another spot here. 82. 8E2 DFC, okay. Okay, let me export this out to, oh, perfect. Love those colors for the logo too. Goes really nice with that purple. I like that. Just in general. Otherwise, I'd not even have Linux built at top. Oh, built on the HP laptop. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, I should now be able to...
Crystal stream through my mind, a fragile dream. The tears rise up, a fleeting gleam, emotions in every swirl. Memories strip the past unfurls. Wash it away, the hurt, the signs, lost in the waves, the sands of time.
All right. Now we need a little message stream will begin in.
The ocean's deep, but so is my mind. The ocean's deep, but so is my mind. Lightning bursts, a great big sky. Teardrops fall, and so do I. The hues don't judge, they just comply. So submerged, the water's warm. It soothes my heart, it calms the storm.
Let me see if I can find... There we go.
Wash it away, the hurt, the signs, lost in the waves, the sands of time. Wash it away, wail and unwind. The ocean's deep, but so's my mind. Wash it away, wash it away, wash it away.
now I should be able to craft this accordingly. Okay, I'm going to have this all center. There we go. And then we should have enough room. Let me find a good font for that. We had found one that was a bit more rounded, but we'll see what we got. A 5080 test, a little build ninja. Complete just to build LIVM. Not even install, just build. So you're using the 5080 basically to handle all that then? Is that how you have that working? Let's see if we can come up with see if we can get this in here. I remember we looked at some rounded fonts.
No Baja Gold for you and no Thrashed Apple for me.
Life sucks. Indeed. Jaron, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. I'm doing good, Jaron. We're working on our new overlays right now. Very excited. These are going to be the overlays I'm going to be installing beginning of November. Once we get to the point where we're doing when I take the week off. That's actually what I'm working on right now. This is going to be a fun few days getting these done with everybody. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's everything been with you? How's your Sunday going so far? Hope everything is going good with you. Let's see what we got going on here. Can I? Okay, that's Ariel. And, Oh. That was still on Arial too. Let's fix that. There we go. Let me go with prototype for this too and see how that looks. I think I need to make that a little more gray though. Get those dropped in there. You need a Mountain Dew. The question is, what kind? Do you prefer, are you an original fan? Do you prefer a special flavor? You more of a Baja person? You more of a, I don't know. If you're like Jared and I, you're more of a Baja Gold type. Really sad that never came back. Fam, believe it or not, the first one's already done. I'll have some installation I need to do, but that's our, this is our intro screen. So what you're going to have, because Arya is going to be one of the first characters to get a highlight, okay, in terms of the canon and the YouTube that's popping up, which is why this first pass is going to have a lot of her. Now, as we layer more stuff in and as the story progresses, there's going to be a lot more characters that get involved with the overlays and all that, but this will grow while the storyline grows, is the whole idea. I like flavored Mountain Dew. I can't stand the plain kind. Ever since I tried flavored. Oh, you like the honeydew flavor. Unfortunately, one of the flavors I can't drink at all, but simply because I can't stand melon. Any of the melon flavors, I've had to miss out on. For me, it's more, I like lime, honestly, so that's why I was so glued to Baja, but lime and pineapple and all that, oh yeah. So yeah, and over here, fam, by the way, in this section right here, this is where we're gonna have videos playing again. So we'll have videos playing in here. But this again, and this is what makes life easier, okay? This will all be controlled within Meld. So once I port this into Meld, you won't see this, okay? This will just be a background. I will have this over top. Basically, I'll have the actual screen over top, and that's where all the videos will be playing. But first, I'm going to save this. Save as. And then I'm going to export this out. And let me just make sure I'm not copying over top of anything. No, perfect. Okay. I am going to create a separate folder here, though, just for the new build, PNGs, everything we make. That way I don't accidentally copy over something we're currently using in Meld. In a couple of weeks, that won't matter, but it matters right now, so. Fam, by the way, the music we are listening to today, if a lot of this sounds new to you, it's because it is. Yours truly had a very productive day of writing music yesterday. I ran into, I was going to start mastering tracks yesterday, and I ran into a couple of small technical snafus. Actually, they were big ones. I fixed them. But I figured since that was going to happen, I would just jump into Suno and finish writing whatever remaining tracks needed to be done. I got on a bit of a roll yesterday since I couldn't do the mastering I wanted to finish up. So I got on a bit of a roll. Fam, all of the radio shows I wanted to have, all of the music is done now. Every last track. So there's a lot of new tracks in here, including a lot of songs that I love very dearly that I managed to get rewritten yesterday into new versions. We'll get these released on the albums fairly soon. Okay. So that's our opening screen. I can go ahead and shut that down. Okay, there we go. Another new one. We're going to follow the same dimensions. This one is going to be our just chatting screen. And if you want to see the most basic of all mock-ups, you're about to see it. This is a bit of what we're looking at for the just chatting screen, fam. I am going to make this section here a bit bigger, and I will make these over here a bit smaller. But there's not too much I'm going to have to do here outside of just make sure we've got a good mock-up so that when I move it over into Meld, I can just move the stuff over, basically. So we'll control C that. And then where's the new, there it is. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. Let me do this. I can probably find a way to that's going to be just about the right spacing. What I'll probably end up doing here, fam, so that it, again, it's supposed to be just chatting where you can see more of me, honestly, so, or more of the Cyber Companion. So what we'll do is we'll actually make this section bigger. We'll make the live chat and recent support sections skinnier, not shorter necessarily, but skinnier. We'll keep the rest of this design basically the same. And should not be too difficult to do. Now I can draw that in. Try to get that relatively lined up. Let's get our stroke going here. And we'll see if we can get that. I'm gonna say, I remember we didn't want super huge borders on these. Okay. Oh, we did go. Oh, that's right. I want to keep that one thin, though, because that's just really a placeholder. And helps me keep the gradients and all that in check, so we'll do that. We'll get creative free flow down here for us, no problem. let's get ourselves. Oh, that's already looking nicer. We'll leave that like that. And then what we want to do is have it actually bounce around in between that. Okay, where's that purple that I was just using? And then this here, we're going to go ahead and actually, let me just copy this for now. Get a really nice magenta in there all the way around. Okay, I'm going to take the background out so I can start to dial some of that in. There we go. A little bit of blue there into nothing, a little bit of lightning there, but nothing too significant. So what we're going to do, let's get that gradient tool. And we'll go corner to corner on that, and then I should be able to and then I'm going to get that purple up there again. Just for now. Even though that's not quite the right color. Oh, interesting. It's not showing me the... There it is. Okay. We're going to go for something a little bit different. Oh, I see what happened. It accidentally locked itself. That was part of the problem. There we go. That was the color I needed. That was just a little bit lighter. Now I should be able to redo this. And we'll get that up there. There we go. Now that I have that highlighted, I can do that. And then right at the 50% mark, I'm going to go ahead and make that darker. Now, with that being the case, I can make that visible. Yes. Oh, yeah. Might bring some things down just a little bit more, but not too much. Oh, wow. It actually... jumped right off of there. Okay. Oh, very good. All right. Now I'll be able to blend the letters when we get back. All right. I need the magenta and purple together. You read my mind on accident. I did it too. Did what too? Wait a minute. What are we talking about? Talking about when I was playing with the blues and bringing those in. Fam, by the way, we have an ad coming up in less than 60 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, use this as an opportunity. We'll start the ads. While the ads are running, I'm going to step away, stretch my legs, grab a little bit more to drink. And when I come back, we're going to continue to work on our Just Chatting screens. So everybody, please don't go away. All right, fam. Looks like ads are done. And yours truly will be back up on camera here in just a second. And yes. Bring me all the purples, greens, cyans, magentas. Indeed. And yes, very much. Why not both is absolutely an acceptable answer. Okay. Gonna say, let me find my I redid mine when we were setting up Meld and chose those colors too. Oh, that's what you meant to say. Oh, okay. We try to stay away from using too much of the green, which of course I love, but it's also really hard on the eyes when you're trying to watch something. The purples, the gentler, like especially if you're going for a glow effect, the purples especially. Purples and pinks are generally safe. Two of the most safe colors in the spectrum, as I've been finding. Sarge, you still going through a lot of them? And we didn't have anything on the pixel background, right? Right, okay. All right. Now for this box, because this is going to be That's going to accommodate the camera. Let's make sure we get this the right dimensions. So we need 1920 wide.
Losing thoughts left from the long day.
By 1080. No, don't do that. Oh, I see what happened.
But I'm tuned inside. Lost and found on this night drive. Night drive. The world fades away. Carried by the rhythm, I'm here to stay.
All right. Now, here's where I have to make a decision. Do I... no, actually, there is no decision to be made here.
Is this endless night drive?
We want to make sure that we have the full width of the camera on this scene, because that's part of the idea, of course. I'm going to go ahead and take that out of there for right now. Bring back the regular background here, and let's see.
Every turn a story untold. Every mile of silence unfolds. And in the dark, the future's mine. Guided only by the signs. Night drive. The world fades away. Carried by the rhythm, I'm here to stay. Your lines on the street feel alive. All I need is this endless night drive.
Okay. And actually,
Just me,
let me see what I did here.
the star,
Okay, that screen can go away.
and this night drive.
We kind of have, okay. I might have something that'll fit really well in there. Back when I did everything for Squirrel, I did the Damage Industries logo in a very similar color scheme to this. I bet I can make that work. Let me see if I can do that, though.
Daylight skies, they fade away. Digital schemes and shadows lay. Emily rides the beat of the night. Emory bathes shadows and light. Our minds will race. We'll never sleep.
This is one of the new ones playing now, fam, and I love this version of this. Had to rewrite the video game theme. All right, I'm going to adjust this a little bit. These were all copy and pasted off each other anyway, so let's see. If I can't maybe darken this up a bit. Actually, you know what I could probably do? I can go ahead. I will take these RGB hex sliders.
Pixels crackle in the air we breathe.
I'm going to move the darker colors to the outside.
On our sleeves.
That magenta to the inside.
Passing day grows. Our minds can't help but overflow. Lost in the loop.
What was that? It's suddenly trying to create. Not sure what that was. We'll try that again. There we go. All right. Let's make that a little bit of a darker magenta. There we go. Oh, wow. Love how that purple just shades that magenta a little bit like that. I'm going to do the same thing down here, too. Because we've got the same color combination, and this time down here, it's in the right order. That's what I thought. One more song to go there. Northwest Tel did say there would be some today. But who plans on outages at work on Thanksgiving weekend? Yeah. I have no... Sarge, I don't know. I do not know. I wish I could explain Northwest Tel, but I can't. Any more than I can explain the cable companies and otherwise down here in the States. Every time the subject comes up now, I've made my peace with it, Sarge. I just simply go and wait for the internet to get turned back on. That's kind of where I'm at now. And oh yeah, Freaker, absolutely. Purple and pink, they go great together. And magenta is a beautiful color. Lean a little more towards the red, lean a little bit more towards the purple or the blue, whatever you want to do, but it's great. It's great. I do know, Sarge, that they try to work around businesses a lot. All right. Let's see. What else have I not included here yet? I've actually got to move the Background up at this point. All right, so we did want, okay, that's right. We did want more of that cyan up top there for those two. And then in this case, what I'm going to do is for the bottom box, I'll have the cyan wrap around into more of that purple magenta and all that for the bottom. Up here, we'll have similar reflections. Okay. All right, so I can take that away again.
And then the beautiful chaos did begin. Pixels crackle in the air we breathe. Digital hearts out on our sleeve.
And now with that, let's go ahead. We're going to switch this color over to, I got to actually pull background back up real quick because I've got to get a hold of that color. There it is. Okay. Very cool. So that should be all set. We're good there. We'll stop that right there. That was the end of the playlist, Fab. I was trying to jump into something else that I'm not even sure what that sound was. Let's get ourselves started back up here. There we go. I love how it does that. Okay. So that is working very well.
Booted up in a white lab coat. Wires buzzing with the static
Push that
chip.
over a little bit farther to the side, though.
Blueprint madness on a microchip trip. Sparks on the floor, now the lab wants more. Richard, stop, pedal kicks down the door. Logic's a mess, chaos is best. Let's make some swing while we make a mess. Big swing energy. Steam and rhythm from a mad machine. Big swing energy. Test tubes hum to the beat so clean. Big swing. Brace for delight, replace smoke alarms with party lights. Big swing energy. Science jazz and a boom so bright. I once made a trombone that launched grenades, taught robots to jitterbug and power grade shades. They said unhinged, but I said fun. Now my saxophone shoots lasers run. Torque in the groove, got no need to
Take that
prove.
down to
Every
about
dance floor is just a
35%. And I'll do 65 on the other side.
and turn up the sound. Big swing energy. Press play, then duck and scream. Big swing energy. Spill jazz in the mainframe beam. Big swing. Lighting and spice. Pipes burst open, but it feels so nice. Big swing energy. This is your final safety heist. Gatsby's ghost in a server rack. Jazz age hacked and there's no way back. Blueprints blaze with a glitchy grin. Now let the mayhem swing again. Big swing energy. I built this beat with a wrench and sound. Big swing
Can I find...
now the stage explodes with cloud. Swing Richard's delight.
Oh, no. Right where we need to be already. Okay.
Swing energy. Mic drops into the night.
Zap goes the lightning, pop goes my brain. Love is
Not that Shadow's not working quite the same way.
contained. You're my favorite variable, wild and unknown. Mix a little chaos and watch it overflow. I've charted all the data, but nothing computes when you strut into the room in those shiny boots. Boom, crash, sparks in the air. Love's an equation that we wrote to share. Flip the switch and the circuit
It's having a little trouble matching that gradient for me, so...
my neon delight. I got test tubes rattling, beakers in flight. But the formula's perfect when you hold me tight.
All right. So what we're going to have to do...
Forget the math when we're tangled together in the
Get rid of that.
tangled. Boom, crash, sparks in the air. Oh yeah, love's an equation that we wrote.
Take that one out. And then...
Flip the switch and the circuits ignite. Stanton, you're my chaos, my neon delight. Pop, pop, pop calculations.
in place of the black color on the ends, what we'll do instead, we'll get it close to black.
It's a bouncing beat. Spin me in the chaos, sweep me off my feet. Boom,
But that'll help keep that whole thing matching.
love's an
Actually, let me just get a copy of that code. And that way I can keep it all consistent for us.
Stanton, you're my chaos, my neon delight.
Oh, yeah. All right. So now, and I know I want to do that across the top of there. Let me just take a look and see real quick. Oops. And then we'll do recent support about the same size. And those just moved into blues and purples just so it would graduate easily. Of course, we're going to want the purples and pinks over here, but that's fine. And then I'll probably do the cyan on the bottom of this window and let them come together that way, because that'll help match up with the cyan for the line down here. If I even end up doing that, I'm not sure. Sis, I'm glad to hear that the storm's not going to have a massive impact on you. We got lucky too. We thought we were really in for it this weekend, and no. Very grateful. Very grateful. All right, we've got that going on. Now I'm going to have to adjust this so that and actually, that purple can stay. Okay. So I need to change the angle of this, though. I did not mean to add that in there, so I'm going to take that back out for now. All right, so wait a minute. Where are my... where are our controls to change which angle the gradient goes at? I've never had trouble locating this before. Or is it because we're on the gradient? Maybe it's the gradient itself. Shouldn't be it, though. I should be able to switch that gradient around. That's interesting. Interesting. Same thing in here. No option. So how did I've always just been able to do it. So now I'm a little bit confused. Interesting. Because that part of the gradient, that cyan part of the gradient needs to be on top. This is news. This one will need to be green across the top. We'll leave it purple down along the side here, which is fine. And we can even have it swing around to the pink and all that over here, but interesting, yeah. There's always been some kind of option that allowed me to spin that. And I'm trying to figure out why I can't spin the gradient all of a sudden. All right. Let me, for right now, I'll back off the struggle bus for a minute. This one will have to have all right. Thank you, Lava. I'm glad you like it.
Carrie Ann's unsolicited doc pics. Get your wood wet.
Very much in love with it. Very much in love with that. As you send me unsolicited doc pics,
I search for strength to carry on. But you were gone, the night was long, you left me all alone. So I danced on my own. Faded away, your shadow's just a memory that couldn't stay. Faded away, I found my rhythm and I swung that pain away.
I find it. I don't know why. It won't allow me to adjust the angle of the gradient, though. Because I want to make sure I keep these in place in case the other tools can't accommodate it. So that's kind of important.
When I was hungry, I searched for fire to feed my soul. But you were cold and I was bold. I made my own parade while you just faded away. The road is hard, the night is cold. I thought I needed a hand to hold. But when you left, I learned to play. The strength I needed was in the sway.
Interesting. No, Love, actually, I do not smell it up here right now. Although my sinuses have been extra tough today, so that could be part of it. But I've had the door fairly closed all the way through, so
Faded away, I keep on swinging as the brass will play. Faded away, you're long gone now, but I'm here to stay.
6.1 outside or in the middle stroke. So let's see if I can do this a little bit differently. What I want to see, fam, is if I have the proper controls I need over here. So we'll do an outline. We'll do this as normal, which is what we want. 100% opacity.
You need battle, all right, but it don't call his phone or ping a reply. It rips battle through space like a big missile flying by. Now he's on his back in a pile of debris. Squirrel grinning, saying, "Hold this for me."
We want the alignment in the center.
He was halfway done with his cram souffle.
We want to do a gradient. Now I can control it.
Now he's knee deep in
Okay,
Mylar
so
Blue. Squirrel has a can saying, "Open this too." Oh, the button, don't push it, she does. No warning, no prep, just a big bad buzz. Battle screaming, girl, I'm losing my mind. But Squirrel's like, "Hey, I made cookies this time." Kleck. Hush!
Oh, and that just took it back to black. Okay. Try this again. And it doesn't want to hold the color. Okay.
Mid-battle with a scorched beast, rocket locked in prime. One more second, he'd have nuked it time. Click! Hush! Now he's sitting on a couch made of plush pink beans. Squirrel says, "Help me sort all my magazines."
There we go. And now I can control the angle of it too. And fam, this is what I was talking about. Angle controls. I don't know why they don't have angle controls on the stroke up here, but they have it in here.
A big mess.
And I don't remember ever having a problem with that before, so now I'm going to have to look that up.
I sure
See if it was something they changed for one reason or the other.
Oh, the button, don't push it, she
Point
does.
is,
No warning, no prep, just a big bad buzz. Battle screaming, girl, I'm losing my mind. But Squirrel's like, "Hey,
I now have the
I
control
made
that I need
cookies
for
this
that.
time." Click.
Where do you run when the night feels long? When the shadows pull, when the dark feels strong?
Lift your eyes, hear the band in the air.
You are never alone, we are there. Look around you, the lights all shine.
We swing together, your hand in mine.
More than friends, it's destiny. We chose our own family.
perfect. Because it's putting that in the middle now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close that out real quick. I'll take that stroke and make it clear. There we go. Now I can actually see that. That's much better. And we're going to have one more thing to do here.
Look around you, the lights all shine.
We swing together, your hand in mine.
Hands in the air
What is this thing doing?
to see. We chose our own family.
Okay.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Shoo-be-doo, shoo-be-doo-wop. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da.
Okay. And what that can do is that can blend down to the purple there. And I'll do the same thing on this one. I'll actually take the stroke completely out. Oh. There we go. All right. And on the same level, I should be able to do the same thing. We'll do a 6.1. We'll center it again. We'll do another gradient.
A surprise is a fart with a lump in it.
Indeed. It always is. Actually, for this one down here. Oh, no, that's right, because we were still going to have. That's right. Okay. We'll get the other two colors in here real quick. As for that color right there, we'll get that one in there. Forgot about the stream. Watching football in May and Pitt. Why are you watching football when you can come over here and watch this wonderfully chill art stream? I'm only kidding you, Rico. Rico, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope all is good with you. We're actually working on overlays right now. These are the new overlays we're going to be installing in a couple of weeks. Okay, so we have all of this. And, oh, that's right. Wanted to change this around.
Step right up, don't be shy. I've got wonders for your eyes. From the lab to the dance floor, we'll get those baddies to fry. Twist the dial, hit ignite. We'll go boom by candlelight. Welcome to my grand debut where chaos feels just right. Here's a blender with a jetpack goggles that can fry an egg.
All right, let's get this in there so that we get the right colors along the way.
Experience 60 I built a toaster with ambition. It now believes it's king. A vacuum that composes jazz while it cleans up everything. Squirrels chasing schematics round the rafters with a net. If she finds the right
Gonna need to swap a couple of colors out here real quick. Then we can get this dialed in. I love it here, but my Bucks are playing. Oh, Tampa Bay fan. How are they doing? Are they doing good this year or no? I don't. I follow sports very little, Rico, I admit. I enjoy hockey, but passively.
Now the Bunsen burners swing and the Tesla coils sing. Static crackles through the crowd. Hear that lab bell ring.
Will confetti cannon theories launch our proofs into the air? If the math won't hold together, well, we'll just leave it right there. Oh, it's mad science in 4/4 time. With a horn line sharper than a power line. If it smokes, if it sparks, then it's probably mine. Step back, hold tight, it's experiment 69. So if you hear a pop and fizz in the night, don't fret, that's just me testing flight. Science is a dance, and danger's my cue. Now clear the floor, I've got work to do.
There we go. We'll have that up there. Still doing pretty good. No worries. I don't talk sports much. I don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. I do. And I totally get why fans are fans. Absolutely. Especially if you get to a live event. I never understood why so many people get into basketball games and all that until I went to a Portland Trailblazers game. Once I got in there and felt the excitement, I'm like, oh, I get it.
That's not invention, that's pure disgrace. You glued a blender to a briefcase.
Now, Rico, right with you there. Same with me in hockey. Same. If I watch a hockey game, I want to yell at the TV for 2 hours. I want to yell at how they missed that goal. I want to yell at the ref playing favorites. I want to do all of the things. And I do, by the way. I do.
My circuits glow, the volts are tight. You are the toaster upside right.
I added fireworks, watch it fly. I'll burn the lab and you'll score.
Let me see. I want to check out my mock-up here real quick again.
Science is logic, rules and aim, sparks and thunder, proof and wonder, but it all
Okay.
goes up the same. Hand me the goggles, let's turn the key.
You'll fry us both, just wait and see.
A little danger makes it all.
That's why we use the purple down there. Now it makes
Is
sense.
why things fall apart.
Science is chaos, art and flame.
Science is logic, rules and aim, sparks and thunder, proof and wonder, but it all blows up the same. Worth it. Next time I'm building the lab.
Perfect. Because that keeps all the colors generally together. I can bring, I'll just take a copy of this one. We'll duplicate this. I can bring that right down here. Actually, I did that wrong. So I can keep the spacing right. I actually want to duplicate this and the line underneath it.
And a style so rare. From the rift to the skyline, the signal runs strong. Every soul in the night finds a way belong. Standing shining through the neon rain. On a track of memory.
Okay, now that I have that in that box, I need to just slightly
He's a sound you trust the night he made. He can bend the beat. He can break the day. Turn the quiet hours into golden gray. With a touch so smooth and a heart that knows every rise and fall where the feeling flows. Standing shining through the neon rain. Every track of memory, every note of flame from the first drop.
there it is. Okay. And then this, I just need to get to my text tool here.
Through the fight, he will find your tune. Like the moon on the water, like the heat in June. From the graveyard's glow to the rift so light, he's the sound.
And then I'll probably need to adjust the gradient in that just a little bit.
Standing shining through the neon rain. Every note of flame from the first drop to the final fade. He's the sound you trust the night he made.
Just want to try and make sure I get that right where it needs to be. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. All right, fam. This is about as far as we are going to be able to get for today. All right. Now, fam, here's what we will do. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for today. I do still have another meeting tonight with our talk show team starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I am going to go ahead, kick off, and get into that raid. And then we are going to be back, actually, fam. Same channel, both places. We'll be here on Twitch. We'll also be on the DICR channel on YouTube as well. We'll be there, back on there Tuesday, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, if not a little bit sooner. And we're going to continue to work on our overlays and continue to get these done and prep these for that creative break I'm going to be taking right at the beginning of November so I can get all of this stuff installed. So far, everything is looking great. Everything is moving along as it should. It's taking me a little bit of extra time to figure things out, but that's because I only made a very basic set of mock-ups, of course. I want to make sure that I just had general shapes and sizes in place, made sure that we had colors decided on, which we now do, and we're good to go. So we'll build these out. Now, fam, these aren't going to take us long. I've already built out 2 scenes. We have like another 4 actually that we need to build out, 4 or 5. Again, none of these take a whole lot of work, okay? These are meant to be not necessarily simple, but stylized a little bit. I don't even know if I want to use the word stoic, but a bit stylized, a bit chill, minimalist is probably a better word that I want to use. Because over time, of course, we're going to continue to add more and more things in. But this will, of course, help take care of this. We do have new alerts and things that are going to go along with this as well. But one thing at a time, fam. One thing at a time. We'll get the overlays done first. What we're gonna do, the very first thing I'm gonna do, speaking of which, I say goodbye to our friends on YouTube. YouTube, thank you again so much for being here. So much love to all of you. We're going to say goodbye to you now because, of course, you don't come raiding with us on Twitch. We will see you all on Tuesday starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. But until then, much love, YouTube.